All right, call the meeting to order. City of Clear Lake Shores City Council emergency meeting, March 28th, 2020 at 3 p.m. Call to order. Only one absent is Jan Bailey. All other council members are present. Item number 2, discussion and possible action may be taken on the following items. Item A is review and approve Economic Development Corporation Emergency Business Retention Program. And I know Brent, if you want to give us a background on it.
This has gone through the attorneys. This has been reviewed by them and it's been adjusted by EDC, but it's under section 501.101 of the Texas Local Government Code. This is a business retention program to retain jobs within Clear Lake Shores by offering assistance to stipulated business types. They have to have a physical business address within the city limits of Clear Lake Shores, not based in a home or a residence, and generate sales tax revenue, and have 50 or less employees. So that covers many of our small employers, people that are impacted by the stay-at-home orders. And this is a grant program not to exceed $250,000 at this time total, and maximum grants being $25,000 per entity. And the process would be that they will apply. We have a fillable PDF that will be available and go live on the website as soon as if this is approved, and then they will submit applications to me by Friday at 12 noon. I will accumulate those, and then they will go in front of a review board, 2 EDC members, and the next item on the agenda, a council member from City Council, and they will make some decisions. So.
And just for clarification, I think we had a sheet that was handed out, and Amanda's got it. I forgot mine, and I think it's based on the revenue that they had over the past.
Yeah, so the amount of the award that could be, the grant that could be awarded is based off of 2019 sales or January and February 2020 sales annualized. So pretty much any business that generates over $900,000 last year or this year's sales annualized would be eligible for that full amount of $25,000. So you can, if you want to see that, I'll pass it around.
And some key things that they also updated was, physical business address within the city limits and not based out of the home residence and generates the sales tax, as Amanda was saying. And they actually bumped the 50 people up. It was originally, I think, 30 or 40, and they found
at 20, and I think Charles, I know he said he talked to a couple businesses and
found that they have more employees than what we thought.
38, yep.
So.
Also, this has been streamlined, so it's hopefully easy for them to apply for. It's a simple 2-page application, a lot of writing and explaining why they need the money, and then some documentation explaining their sales. And that's by definition, and that it's designed that way so we can get a quicker turnaround to supply them with needed funds that are needed now, not
as the mayor
6
said
weeks
last
from
night,
now.
is to stimulate our economy.
So
there were several business owners here last night. Skippers was here, True North, Billy was here with Sidewalk Brand.
Okies, yeah.
And Okies. I think those were the 3, right? They were all in favor of this, obviously, but they agreed. We asked about the timeline, tightening it up, and the quick turnaround, and they were good with that. They felt they could comply with that.
So the intent would be to receive those applications by the end of this week, Friday at noon, and then have them reviewed and have funds available by next Friday.
How are we going to communicate this to them? Are we going to go to the individual owners just to make? I want everybody to be aware so that they can.
We have some that, we can communicate with all of them.
Like individually, to make sure that we talk to them.
can't talk face to face with them because many of them are gone now, so they've packed
Yeah.
up and left, so.
Brent has their numbers,
We have
we're also
numbers.
putting
Okay.
it on the EDC website, and we've already been precursoring this with information that we've been sent out. I know Amanda's talked to them.
Okay.
I've talked to them,
Ronnie's
so
talked to a couple of
EDC
them.
members have been
EDC
talking to
members
them.
have talked to them.
if you know anybody, talk to them and let them
Yeah.
know.
So I
Johnny
just
said-
don't want anyone to be left behind.
Yeah, Johnny brought that up last night at the EDC meeting and said that they may.
And it
they
will be
need to
rolled
make some
out
phone
on
calls.
social
Okay.
media.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Brent?
Social media will
Right,
also,
right.
will, as soon as if it's approved, it
Yeah, I
will
just got it
immediately
ready
get
to go,
flipped
right?
and
Yeah.
Okay. And are there, I like this, I'm not saying that I don't, I'm just asking if any other cities have implemented anything like this? Is there any precedent, and are we in line with that if
Seabrook
they
did
have?
something, didn't they?
Yeah, Seabrook was doing with EDC with ads and stuff, I believe. That's all I've seen
Okay.
rolling out.
Kima's, Doug Meisinger, who's over there, Economic Development Corporate, was here last night, so
And
I
he's
don't,
probably gonna mimic what we're
I
doing.
think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I know that Texas City's looking into it, but they also just put out some serious money for students to
Yeah.
go to school that lives in, they'll pay for their whole tuition if they're going to
Yeah,
COM.
their Promise program,
Their
yeah.
EDC is, and they're looking to extend that to other cities as time goes by.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, back
Okay.
to this, and,
I'll make a motion to approve the EDC Emerging Business Retention Program.
I'll second.
Amanda made a motion, Angie second, all in favor, aye? Any
Aye.
opposed, none, unanimous? All right, item B, that goes along with the prior one, is how you select them, and so that's appoint a city council member to the EDC Emergency Business Retention Program Review Committee, and I would like to recommend that Amanda Fenwick be that person.
How you feel about that?
I'm good. I was here last night. We chatted about
And
it.
I know your plate's full with your life.
I am not the PIO on duty this weekend, so.
Okay,
I am
great.
good to
I second
review
them.
applications.
Now that I've gotten a smile and a nod, I
Okay.
second.
No,
your-
this is the right thing to do. This is
Okay.
exactly in line with what, I mean, our EDC is supposed to, one of their parts of their mission, and it's critical. Right now, had a long conversation. We ate at Skipper's Monday night in Keiman. They're making less than $1,000 a day
Mhm.
now, and so, yeah, when you put it in that perspective, we need to help
Okay.
our businesses however we can.
Thank you. I make a motion to appoint, or do you appoint, Kurt, or do you need a motion?
Hmm?
Do you appoint, or
No,
do you
I
need a
don't.
motion? Okay.
It was my recommendation to council, y'all can deliberate
Okay.
and figure out
I
if
make
you
a
wanna
motion
appoint somebody
to,
else.
make a motion to appoint Amanda Fenwick to the EDC Emergency Business Retention Program Review Committee.
Angie Terrell, motion, Christie Lyons, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Christine, we're not in trouble. She said it was okay.
What?
And I'm sure she'll take on any help that would be
No, I was
generous
just gonna,
to
if
her.
you need help, Amanda, I'm here.
I'm always willing to help whoever. I think we'll see how many, I think we'll be good.
Okay.
Mike Pons and Johnny Boltinghouse are the EDC reps that are
Oh,
also on that
okay.
committee.
All right.
Johnny Bolton House, and who else?
Mike Pons.
All right, thank you.
That's a nice balance.
All right, item C is discuss the imposition of a fine or it should be probably, and/or jail confinement for failure to comply with social distancing, 10 or more people at a gathering, and other compliance orders.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask his input, but can we get Chief's input?
Yeah, before we go there, first, it's just, so League City put something similar out, and, there's it is backed, I think Brent included it in our package from a state standpoint, but this just gives, something to the police force that they can, use that as leverage, in imposing stuff going on, that they come up with a situation, so, other than that, I just think it gives them a tool in their tool set.
I mean, obviously, we're not gonna go in and bust up party homes, right? I mean, not that anybody's having real big parties, but I think our police department will use their judgment.
Yeah, I think it would be good judgment, but if there was a great violation of 50 people at
Sure.
at a pool party, that's something that we would have to address.
Right.
Yes, our position on that is that we don't feel that interacting with a group of 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 employee, but we're still going to do that. I think that with this, information, allows you to have is some way to deal with that person or that group or that business or, I just don't see our businesses causing a problem.
Right.
We've seen voluntary compliance already, but in the event that we needed something like that, there's really not much we could do without this. The order that's in place to stay at home is there's no law. We've gotten our opinions from the district attorney's office, who said there's no criminal penalty associated with it. Therefore, it's not probable cause to stop a car or stop a golf cart or stop a group of people walking down the street, really. You have no receipt for that, and therefore, they're gonna give us direction not to do that. If there's a problem, if the group is not compliant with us, just tell them. We can go back later and cite them, or, I know here in court, everything that we can do outside of physically grabbing people, we're not gonna do that. I think that's probably the best way to handle it. I'm very persuasive. My guys can be very persuasive. We're not gonna resort to anything physical. That's just not my position.
So I'm understanding this is a tool in your toolbox should you need it, but that's our position as a city and as a police department that we don't want to go in and create a problem, but this is the ability for us to dispel a problem.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And there's, if I could just touch on it real quick, there's already rumors flying that that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in and bust up parties and just, groups together here and there. I think there's a golf cart parade. Look, everybody's in this together. And we're not gonna go in there heavy-handed and use tactics that aren't acceptable. If we see something we need to address, we'll address it. We'll be persuasive, and we'll get compliant. I promise you, 99% of the time, we're gonna get compliant. Now, if I catch that guy popping fireworks at 3 in the morning,
Please do.
Rock on.
Rock on. I
deal
will.
with him, but.
Yeah, that could be one person by himself with fireworks.
It's a couple of people I know where they're at.
So very similar to our city curfew for children.
Correct.
Okay.
And with that, in regard to that, the daytime curfew and the nighttime curfew, we're gonna look at those a whole different way. Because daytime, it's hard to keep them inside. Nighttime, mom and dad need to know where they're at, and I don't need them in
Excellent.
the
Yep.
area
Yep.
causing problems.
Yep.
So we'll do it.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Brent?
In speaking with Chief on this, he also indicated they're gonna eliminate or try to minimize any physical contact. So one of the other tools in the toolbox is you pull up and you honk them, get their attention, tell them to move on. The other thing is with the minimization of contact, if he does have to take an action that would require a fine or fining situation, that can all be documented. But the cameras that they wear, cameras in the cars, and then they can make the notation, everything's in a CAD system, so they can make a notation in that CAD and refer to that later. So, we're not putting our first responders in any additional peril, and we're trying to do what's best for the community by preventing any of this contact spread that seems to be popping up in Galveston County.
With regard to businesses, if it ever went south with businesses, not with the stay-at-home order, but the previous governor's orders for the businesses to shut down, we are allowed to interrupt utilities. So we could turn their power off, turn their water off to the business.
Oh, good.
Can't do it to residences, but we can do it to businesses. I don't see it ever going there. Heaven forbid if I can't use verbal skills better than that to get someone to listen to me, we can shut their power off and shut their water off, put a padlock on it until they get compliance. Nothing's gonna go.
And I know everybody is on the same page as far as communication in this council and our city right now. If we could just make sure that it's effectively communicated by Adri, exactly kind of what Chief said, it's just to quell the rising up of frustrated people that, oh, now we're going to get a fine. So just some really good communication by Adri, maybe even a video or an interview with Chief suggestion.
So for just a recommendation for the wording for that, section 418-173 is what's recommended to be put in place with our current emergency order.
This would have to be amended to the current emergency order.
Our city emergency order.
Our city, yeah. We cannot dovetail this onto the Galveston County
Right.
one that the county's involved in.
I just wanna make sure that there wasn't talk that was being that Judge Henry was adding that to his.
I've not heard anything regarding that. I think it's up to the individuals. Part of the problem is enforcement. If it's a state order, you know, Mayor Hallisey with League City brought this up. If it's a state order, is Department of Public Safety gonna come down and write, or Texas Rangers come into town and write tickets? No, they're
Right.
not. So, the responsibility is gonna lie with the municipality or the local jurisdiction for that type of enforcement.
Good.
No further discussion. Anybody have a motion?
Are we motioning to amend our current order? Is that what we need? I'll make that motion to amend the current order to include the language as presented.
I'll second it.
By Amanda, second by Christie, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Motion passed. I do want to just state, we appreciate everybody's, the city employees' resilience to work through all this. This is all a very dynamic situation, and making yourselves available is huge. Appreciate that, and we're working through it. It's a new territory for all of us, so it's huge, and all of us are learning from it. The citizens, the residents, the business owners, city administrator, myself, so each one we take a little gulp at a time and we keep on working through it. So hopefully April 3rd we'll get through it, and it looks like Mark's pretty busy with FEMA stuff, so love to hear more about that sometime. Well, with that, I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 3:18.